We are ECS Outdoors, East Central Saskatchewan's guide to faith, family, farm, and a whole lot of fun. All right, Dan Johnson here from ECS Outdoors and Tween Lakes Feed Solutions. I just want to say it's been a while since we've done a podcast. There's been a few things that have taken place this month. This month is gone, January is gone, and we're into February. Bad news is that on February 2nd, the groundhog saw his shadow. I think he saw a shadow. I don't know how that works. But anyways, it means that there's going to be extra winter days. So yay for that. But that being said, we just got out of a cold snap here now. It's warming up. We're supposed to actually be above freezing in a few days. So that's exciting. I'm going to probably have to clean the snow off my roof a little bit because there's a lot of snow up there. I think my roof is rated for like 7 feet of snow, and so you know what? I don't think there's 7 feet of snow up there, but I don't want to take any chances. So when it warms up here in next week, today is the 4th of February, so we've really missed quite a few days of podcasting here. We've gone through, our whole household got hit with COVID. It's a funny story. I was probably the worst one of the bunch, and the rest of my family breezed through COVID no problem. And I've got my vaccination, so who knows how that works. Anyways, long story short, we're all healthy, and we're moving on from that. And we are in the middle of Tween Lakes Feed Solutions doing a marketing push. So we're getting more and more involved with Mark McNay and The Real Deal. There'll be some news coming out on that here shortly. And then we're also teaming up with Mitch Payment's Moment of Truth. So yeah, we're trying to brand Tween Lakes Feed Solutions, Deer Nutrition. We got a new bag that we're marketing here, and we're pretty excited about that. It's brand new bag, came from a bag manufacturer, and it looks pretty sharp. We're pretty happy with how the bags turned out, and so look for those in PV Mart and other local retailers around you. Yeah, no, it's exciting. I'm pretty happy with how we've been moving forward. Tween Lakes Farm has been doing wonderful with trying to accommodate our commitments to terminals and stuff like that, getting grain to the elevator as much as we can when it's been minus 40, 50 degrees with the wind chill quite regularly in the month of January. It's a frustrating season when it gets so cold. As some of you saw on Tween Lakes Feed Solutions, we had to say goodbye to our old dog, Snickers. He was 17 years old. He had lived a good life, and he was a very good dog. And so we said goodbye to Snickers, and we welcomed a new family member into the house. His name is Archie. He's a silver lab, so we're excited to have Archie join our family. He's a puppy. We're we're remembering what it's like to have a pup. It's not always easy, but long and the short of it is, we're learning how to be parents to a puppy, and we're having fun. It's not been without its headaches and frustrations, but we're having fun. So yeah, just thought I'd give you guys a bit of an update here. Right now I'm actually videotaping this podcast for Facebook page, and I'll be shutting it off here right away because we don't need to have a long video for Facebook. So I'm just gonna sign off on video here, and this is how we do a podcast for Tween Lakes Tween Lakes Feed Solutions and ECS Outdoors. So, I mean, I hope you enjoyed how simple we do our podcast. It's not complex by any means, but this is where we tell our story. And we thank you for joining us on this adventure. And we'll talk to you guys and see you guys later on video. I'm just going to step ahead here and turn off the video feed, and boom. Okay, now for the rest of you that are listening to this, that video is done now and everyone can see what they want to see, and they'll have to listen to the rest of the podcast later on. So yeah, just exciting to be a part of the media side of things. That's kind of where I want to go with this podcast here today, is to try and talk about, what it means to, first of all, do a podcast, do, social media, and to try and further our company of Tween Lakes Feed Solutions, to be a visible presence in the world of the outdoors. And, when we talk about, faith, family, farm, and fun, part of that is transparency and being completely honest with, you guys that are listening, those people that are buying our feed product, and understanding that we want to create an image of responsible, just being something that people can look up to as a company, a reputable company, as a reputable family, and people that are trying to make a difference in the world through what we do. Not everyone, I don't know if anybody's been listening to what's happening in the world that we live in right now at present, is, this trucking convoy that's in Ottawa. These are people that have a firm belief in what they're doing. And, I love living in Canada where we can have freedom to express ourselves. I'm more on the side of, I want to make a difference where I'm at, when I can make a difference where I'm at. Not that I don't or do not support these truckers. I think that's wonderful that we live in a country where that's allowed. And in other countries that's not allowed. You go to jail for complaining about how you're being treated in the world. And here in Canada we have the right to complain, and whatever happens, with this convoy, at least they got to do it, right? I'd hate to live in a world where they weren't allowed to do that. And so time will tell whether or not the truckers actually get traction and get to change the policies that are already in place. And it may or may not happen. And you know what? Like I say, it's just really great that we're allowed to do that in Canada. So we'll continue to think about that and move on from there in our discussion to what it means to be involved in social media, and to be involved with ECS Outdoors. And thank you for coming along for the ride, guys. Like, I don't have a lot of followers at this point, primarily because this is the beginning. And one of the things that we're doing right now is I've got a big enclosed trailer that I'm getting in a few weeks here. I'm going to be taking it and getting decaling put on this trailer, where you're going to see an invite to listen to ECS Outdoors. There's going to be an invite on there to follow us on Facebook. We're going to be doing a trade show in Yorkton where I've got brochures and business cards, and we're going to be advertising ECS Outdoors and Tween Lakes Feed Solutions at the trade show. I have the opportunity next year to go to Ontario. There's like 4 trade shows in southern Ontario where I've signed on to at least put my name in to be able to go to those trade shows and to be available and to create to move our brand to the next level, where we're more familiar in the outdoor industry. Partnering up with the hunting shows gets our name out there to many eyeballs, and so it's not just about being a salesman and selling our product. This is a love of mine personally. I've always been an outdoorsman. It's difficult to be in the outdoor industry and to make a living at it. And as a man in my 40s here, who have children that are coming up, and I've been in the agricultural industry now. This is going on 17 years or 18 years that I've been in the egg industry, and have always had a draw towards being outside and wildlife, and so this was something that came up a year ago with kind of a brainchild of mine, but also this is God using what I love to do what I love to do, but also to be able to, everything's kind of morphed to the point where here I am talking on ECS Outdoors and sharing about my life and faith and family, and then farming and fun. I mean, I still love farming, don't get me wrong. It's to put a seed in the ground and watch it grow. I just I run the air seeder. That's the planter that we use, and I put trillions of baby seeds, baby plants. I put trillions of those in the ground every spring, and there's nothing much better than driving along the road and starting to see the rows come up out of the dirt that's pure black. There's this black dirt, and all of a sudden you've had a shot of warm rain in it'll be in late May, and then early June you'll start seeing rows and rows of these fresh baby plants. And that's one of the magical aspects of what being a grain farmer is. People don't understand that parental relationship that we have when we plant a crop. And the worst thing that we could have is, we get these experiences in late early spring, hardly ever June, where you get a frost and you lose those babies to a frost, and then you have to either go in there and replant, or after you go in there and you wait and you watch to see if those plants are going to grow out of that frost. Sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. I remember a year where we had to replant 3,000 acres of canola because the plants all froze off, and that was tough. Because you put that time and that effort into nurturing those plants, and then they go and freeze off like that. So, this is, part of what I say is, farming has been the catalyst to everything that we're doing here with ECS Outdoors and Tween Lakes Feed Solutions, and we couldn't do this without first having that backing of the farm. And so we continue to farm alongside of Tween Lakes Feed Solutions, and it's winter time right now, so it's a great opportunity for Tween Lakes Feed Solutions to get out, be more visible, like I say, do the trade shows, travel around with this trailer and meet with mom and pop shop retailers that sell deer feed, and we're gonna have spend some resources, especially to try and develop these relationships and move forward on this. And very, very excited to be sharing with you guys our life. I'm gonna be trying. I'm kind of new to this social experiment, this social media stuff here. So I've heard of this thing called a vlog. It's like a video blog or whatever it is, like vlog casting, or I don't know what it's called. It's something like that. But I've got the camera now to be able to do good video footage. We'll probably be sharing how we package our rudimentary packaging technique that we use right now to provide Tween Lakes Feed Solution throughout all of Canada, through PV Mart and through Co-op, North Country Co-op. I mean, we are very primitive in what we do, but at the same time, having that primitive packaging, we don't have a state-of-the-art packaging facility where we have one person working for us and a big machine that does everything for us, and it's a $500,000 or $1 million packaging machine. We don't have that. I kind of like, and not to say that we won't get there if volume continues to grow and we are able to sell tenfold of what we're selling now across Canada. We might have to get there because it's just not conducive to have labor to do that. But right now, I really, really enjoy the idea of having teenagers come and make a little bit of money and have some fun, crank the tunes, and package together and just visit. I know we had some kids here during COVID that they had lost their ability to do school sports, but they needed to make a little bit of money, so they came and worked for a couple hours after school and packaged. And these kids healed spiritually and emotionally through packaging our peas, Tween Lakes Feed Solution products. They just vented with each other on how they were feeling, and I do believe that there was definitely some psychological healing based on what's happening in the world right now with COVID and losing out on so many things. And very fortunate this year that things have gotten better for these kids. But you know what? They still want to make a little bit of money, and I am glad to have these kids come and help us out with packaging. And you guys, whoever's out there that is buying our product, thank you so much. I mean, I really, really appreciate it. And you know what? These teenagers really appreciate it too, because it gives them purpose in a world where they don't feel like there's much of that out there right now. And that's just one thing going for this company that I have really enjoyed. My older boys were working at this as well during summer, and when things got slow on the farm before harvest, they had something to do. And we're gonna, if you guys want to follow Tween Lakes Feed Solutions on Facebook, I'm gonna have some video footage on there here in a few days of how we do our packaging here, and I'll get some kids going, and we'll start packaging here, and we'll do some video footage of the simple process of what we do and how we get together. And so it's exciting. It's really exciting. And sorry I didn't get many podcasts out there in January. Having COVID and dealing with COVID, and I felt kind of yucky for like 5 days there. So it's you don't want to really do much when you're feeling gross, but everyone's good. We don't want to talk about that anymore. We want to talk about how exciting it is to be doing this podcast and getting back into the groove here and having real good purpose in regards to having the teenagers working with us, and just in general, being excited to have you guys listen to us and getting for you guys to get to know us. So that's all I'm going to say in this podcast here today, guys. Thank you so much for listening, and God bless you all. And you know what? God bless Canada. Over and out.